Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a reading with a new tarot deck card. And today's reading is going to be about like the new year. So it's going to be about a situation of how can I heal? So I want you to think about a question that you have of how can I heal from this situation? How can I have a more positive year for next year by healing and positivity? Okay, so it can be any kind of situation you're thinking of, and it's going to be how can you heal. So we're going to have a past, influences from the past that still affect this situation, so what's preventing you from healing. The present, all that surrounds you, which is either positive or negative, and then the likely future or outcome. So we have 3 books. We have the first book you can kind of see. It's called Lincoln in the Bardo by George Sanders. And then we have The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson and When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Clantini. I hope I said his name correctly. Alright, so if you choose group number 1, Lincoln in the Bardo, this one is for you. So I'm shuffling as we speak. So okay, so for group number 1, we pulled 3 cards. The first card is gonna be the Ace of Swords. Second card I pulled is the Father of Cups. And then the Mother of Cups. And I was shuffling this really good, so from what I can tell is, let me just stand up a little, is this is mainly about relationship. So let me prop the cards up so you can see them. And that. There you go. So, for the Father of Cups, the Father of Cups is about the present. So let's go about your influences from the past that still affects the situation. It's the Ace of Swords. Sorry, I'm still looking through this book. So the Ace of Swords is going to tell me when lightning strikes, the whole world seems to light up for just 1 second. It is as though you can see everything, and this vision lingers on even though through the storm. Such is the power of the Ace of Swords. Your mind will become clear, your thoughts precise. It's a great time to make those decisions you've been putting off. So right now in the past, maybe you've been putting off a decision that's going back and forth into your head, and you haven't been making this decision. You haven't been trying to make this decision. And it's something that you keep trying to figure out whether or not to do, and you just haven't done it. Whether it's like going back to school, quitting your job, applying for a new job, asking someone out. It's a decision that keeps weighing back on your head. And you're like, should I not? Well, it's telling you that like this thought process that you're having is preventing you from moving on with your life because you keep second guessing yourself. You keep thinking too much and you're still in your head and you're too much into your head. You see how the infinity symbol is wrapped around the sword and then the lightning's like that? Well, it's basically saying you're pulling yourself back. You're pulling yourself away from the good in the world and the opportunities you have in this world because you're scared, and you're limiting yourself because you're afraid to make these decisions. And while the lightning may seem scary and it might seem like it's bigger than it could be and bigger than it is. You're making a mountain out of a molehill, and you just need to make the decision. Okay? Your whole life you have hard times making right decisions and preventing you from moving forward and just doing it. It's almost like you need someone else to make these decisions for you, and you just need to make this for yourself. You need to bite the bullet, whether it's a good outcome or a bad outcome. You just need to learn how to make your own decisions. And even if the lightning strikes, you'll be okay. All right? Now, the second card is the present and all that surrounds you, either positive or negative. So we got the Father of Cups. So the Father of Cups is going to tell me that it's a truly unique and dynamic personality, the most feminine of all the fathers within the tarots, and usually a patron of the arts. He's a dignified man who supports his family and community. The only thing holding this man back are his deeply rooted insecurities. They are vast and affect his personality in many unpredictable ways. So I think this also goes back with the first card and how you have insecurities in making your own decisions, and they're limiting you and preventing you from going out there and doing what you're supposed to be doing and enjoying life and having a journey, because you're not making decisions. You're not doing anything because you're making other people do it, or you're not feeling good enough. And it'll continue being this way until you learn how to make your own decisions, and or until you learn how to not be afraid and not be afraid to make these kinds of decisions. It might be scary in the beginning and it might seem a little daunting, but once you do one, the next decision you make will be easier. And then once you continue doing that, you build up a rhythm, all these fear that you had and all these questions will just disappear, you know? And it'll get easier and easier and easier to make these decisions. So presently, right now, you're still insecure. And you're gonna still be insecure until you start learning how to make your own decisions and going after what you want to go after. Until then, it's not going to change. You're still going to be the Father of the Cups. You're still just going to be that way until you learn how to make these decisions. And it's telling you have a unique and dynamic personality. You are a great person and you do have everything going for you. If you just work a little hard, you have support. You have a community behind you. You just have really deeply rooted insecurities that you need to work on. And by working on it, by making the decisions like the Ace of the Swords and just going for it, okay? Go for it. Alright, and then the likely future and the outcome of doing so is a Mother of Cups. So it's kind of similar. But Mother of the Cups reveals the High Priestess with her natural psychic ability. She's a gentle, tranquil woman whose insights bring healing to those around her. She thrives when amidst her family, the arts, and music or beauty of any kind. Like a true swan, when the Mother of Cups is pushed, she becomes aggressive and defensive. She'll commonly see herself as a victim when distressed in a situation. So this is what it's telling me, is that in the future, you go from being the Father of the Cups to the Mother of Cups. So you go from someone who has a community and a family, but the family overrules them, to being equal. So you take as much out of the family as the family takes out of you. You almost become your own person. Your psychic abilities become better and stronger. You feel more tranquil and gentle around you. You bring healing properties, so you're influencing other people. We got music, beauty, and art. So maybe you're an artistic person. You have a lot of creativity. And so maybe this is telling you that this is a time to use and pursue your creative abilities, whether it's through art, music, entertainment, poetry. And it's telling you to go for it. Become a little aggressive. Become a little defensive. Build yourself up. You really need to build yourself up. That's what I'm getting, is you're very insecure. You need to make your own decision and build yourself up. Okay? So, I'm going to go to the book and we're going to see what personal messages the book has for you. We got page 99. So, to whom do you speak, I said. Who is hearing you? To whom do you listen? Whose hands do you now follow as it lifts to the point of the heavens? Here I am here. Am I not? So yeah, you need to make yourself known, and you need to follow your heart and go for what you're too scared to go for. You need to start learning how to jump. You don't need to crawl, you don't need to walk, don't need to run, you need to jump. And then your insecurities will start to diminish slowly, one bit by bit. You will hit fails, you will hit roads and blocks and obstacles, but you need to learn how to get over it and continue to stand up. And then once you do, you will become someone very calm, very peaceful, contributing member to your family, and you'll have your head out of the clouds. You'll start to be yourself again, or the person you really want to be. All right? Thank you, group number 1. I hope you like your reading. If you do, subscribe, like this video. All right, now we're going to move to group number 2. All right, hi, group number 2. Right now we are talking about what you need healing from, okay? So it's going to go on the past and what is affecting you now. Be present in your current situation and the future of what your outcome will be like. So right now I'm pulling out 3 cards. Alright, 3 cards you have is 2 of Swords, and then like the other group, Ace of Swords made a comeback. And then we have the Son of Wands. So, the present, or the influences from the past that still affects the situation, is the 2 of Swords. So what is currently affecting you at this in the past? And that is oh, it's actually a 4. This is the 5 of Swords. I can't count. I'm sorry. This is the 5 of Swords. Yet another card of warning. The 5 of Swords depicts the destruction of self. You will be lured into another situation or argument you want to avoid. Your selfishness and desire for power will lead you to defeat. Pain and discord will result. So this is like saying self-sabotage, self-destruction. So you're often stuck in self-destructing ways. You're constantly trying to make your life harder than it should be. You're making it too difficult, and it's saying your selfishness and desire for power will lead you to defeat. So it's saying that you're trying too hard to get an outcome in which, in a way, by undermining other people, you don't necessarily deserve. And maybe you need to start thinking about other people, and you need to stop harming other people. You're creating, I feel like your self-destruction is hurting other people, and it's because you're trying to push people away from yourself, and you're trying to keep them at a distance, and by doing so it's hurting their feelings, because that's the only way you know how, and that's the only way you can feel like you can keep someone at a distance, is by being rude to them or not necessarily nice. And it's telling you, you're continuously going into a self-destructive ways. You're going to continue facing this problem. It's like that quote that says, the definition of insanity is trying things over and over and expecting different results. So if you're continuously doing the same thing over and over and you're expecting different results, you're making yourself go insane. Okay? And then we have the Ace of Swords. So presently where you are at. And right now it is saying that your mind will become clear and your thoughts will become precise, and you should be making decisions that you've been putting at rest. So right now you're going to probably have a clearer head. You're going to realize what you need to do, and you're going to realize the actions you need to take and or stop doing. You need to stop doing certain things, stop deconstructing the relationships around you, stop hurting yourself. Maybe when you finally do something, you're like, you know what? I've been doing it for too long. Let me go back to my old habits. It's saying you need to stop, and you know what decision you need to make. And it's telling you that presently you will make the decision to better yourself. Okay? And then in the future, you got the Son of Wands. So the Son of Wands is going to be the outcome of this healing. So the Son of Wands is a true charmer. He's handsome and adventurous and seems to say all the right things. Some call him the White Knight of Tarot. But at some point, you may find he becomes too hard to know. Trust your instincts with this one. Perfection is an illusion. So I'm saying don't strive for perfection. You might try to do that in the future. And when you're finally learning how not to deconstruct yourself, you're going to try to strive for perfection. And you will get clarity, and you'll become more charming, more adventurous, more soothing and relaxed. And you'll be like the White Knight. You'll be completely different. You won't be as distant or as standoffish to other people like you seem to be. You'll be more accepting, more sociable, more charming. And to trust your instinct that perfection is an illusion. Don't try to make this perfect. Just try to do what you can do. And don't accept perfect. Accept imperfections. Okay? So it's saying you're trying too hard, that you go from one to the other. You go from being self-loathing and self-destructive to trying to achieve perfection, all within a short amount of span of time. And it's saying to accept yourself. Perfection is an illusion. Okay? Alright? And then from what the book is going to say, let me move the cards. It's at an awkward angle, sorry. So I got 77. So the book is saying, there is nothing else. This is my best shot. I'm pretty sure this is how it begins. And I don't know. I don't like that you don't know what this is. And I agree. So basically what this is saying is that you need to take the shot and you need to not be so destructive. You don't know how to do it. You don't know what to change. But you will see clearly what steps you need to take in the future very soon. Okay? You just need to trust your instincts and stop deconstructing yourself. Stop manipulating. Okay? All right. Thank you, group number 2. Now we are going on to group number 3. Hi, group number 3. We're going to work on healing a current situation that you're going through and how to solve it. I'm going to try to move fast because I have limited space on my phone. So, it is, what do you need to heal from? So we have 3 cards. Okay. This one wanted to jump out. So the first card is, ooh, a beautiful card. Oopsies. It is the Tower. Don't be afraid of the Tower. This is your past. And the present is the Father of Pentacles. And then your future is the, let me move it here, the Hierophant. So, the Tower is your past. So let me find the Tower real quick for you. You have very strong cards first off to start with. I think you got 2 major cards. So you're going through something. Just trying to find it. Okay, the Tower. When the Tower card appears, it's time to brace yourself for a change. The well-rooted tree that's been growing strong for decades is crashing down around you. Your world may feel as though it's literally fallen apart and you didn't see it coming. Even though this phase is painful and confusing, it will be over soon. You'll look back and feel grateful things changed course. You might even see it as a personal breakthrough in the end. So what I'm getting is that a lot of the times in your past, you have a lot of upheavals. You had a lot of change, a lot of traveling, a lot of things that are constantly being different around you. So once you get used to something, it changes again. So I'm getting like a foster kid, a foster parent, foster child. So you're in one area and then you get used to being in this area and then it changes. Or you get used to knowing somebody and being around somebody and then it changes. You're moving or it moves. And you're constantly going through this tower moment. So you're constantly going through feeling like you're in a painful phase in your life. And you're feeling like, okay, this isn't going to last. I'm going to be somewhere else. Or this is not going to happen. It always messes up or always changes on me. So what am I going to expect differently? So that is what's affecting you. The fear of change. Because it always seems to change for you anyways. So then you got the Father of Pentacles. The Father of Pentacles is what you are dealing with presently. And the Father of Pentacles is a steady, gentle man upon first meeting. He can almost seem dull because of his extremely calm temperament, but underneath is an incredibly passionate man who prioritizes the stability of his job, family, and home, and entrepreneurial and diligent at work. A true pleasure to know. So it's kind of different and completely opposite compared to the Tower. So it's saying that you're going to feel more steady, you're focused, you're on your career and everything. I'm going to take a pause.